My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this.
wow.
Do you believe her?
Are you sure about that?
I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. Ugh.
The whole internet is against Akaash sinking his wife Jasleen, mainly because of her bizarre behavior. I honestly can't wrap my hand around how a guy like him would allow someone to treat him this way and humiliate him so publicly. It actually makes me wonder if he enjoys this humiliation. Maybe that's his thing. And just when I thought the story couldn't get any crazier, there was an audio leaked from one of Akaash's shows, where instead of actually entertaining his fans, he spent the whole time desperately trying to convince everyone watching that his wife isn't actually that bad, and turned into a full-on therapy session.
Talking about, again, I don't think these narratives, people calling your wife a gold digger and a whore and all these other things, it's a shitty thing. So I'm going to tell one story that I have never even told her. Honestly, she has no idea of this story. My wife and I met in 2014. I was not making much money. I was getting $25 a night doing stand-up. I was on MTV shows that paid dog shit money. If she was a gold digger, I didn't even have 10 to get the bitch, to be honest. But then in 2018, I went flat fucking broke. 34 years old, I probably made $4,000 that entire year. And we couldn't even afford the living room we lived in New York City. We had to move out of that apartment and move to New Jersey. And I remember thinking in that moment, this is why I haven't shared this with her, because I remember thinking, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to marry this girl because I'm so broken, I'm in such a bad place, and it's a dark fucking time in my life. But I know I will never find a girl that loves me this much ever again, and I will never find a girl who rides for me this hard ever again.
This almost sounds like something straight out of a romantic movie. The struggling comedian with nothing to his name, and then the woman who stood by him before the fame and the money. That's the kind of story people eat up, the ride or die, love that feels too sweet to be real. But if that truly was the case, then why did their first marriage end up with a divorce? And now suddenly, when his career is booming, everything seems to fall perfectly into place. He's successful, he's in love again, and she's back into the picture. Is that just a coincidence? Or maybe it reveals something deeper into Jasleen's intentions? If you ask Akaash about his life, he'll tell you straight up that Jasleen is the reason everything feels so good. He'll say that she made his day brighter and that she's the one who gave him the strength to push through, and that without her support he wouldn't be where he is today. She's the best investment he's ever made. The person who turned his struggles into success.
This is real. If I ask my wife for advice, she gives me fucking incredible advice.
Yeah.
Incredible. Stops everything, locks in, empathizes with me, gives multiple sides. Here's what I think you should do. And it's almost always right. My wife asks for me for advice. Every time I'm just like, fuck that bitch, huh? She sucks. I'm not even listening.
Yeah.
So the fact that I go to the grocery store more, or I buy her better gifts than she buys, more expensive gifts than she buys me, she could easily look at that same situation and be, I change your life. You give me a fucking purse every couple of months. Like, what do you think, that's equal? So I had to realize you can't scorekeep because you can't quantify the things that really matter a lot of times.
It's so clear that he is completely misguided. The idea that her advice is what made him successful doesn't really hold up. His career took off because of his own talent, his grind, and the opportunities he created for himself. To claim that her words are the reason he's thriving is just him making the whole thing sound deeper than it really is. And the way that he frames it, as if material gifts are insignificant compared to her contribution, he's convinced himself that she's the one elevating him, when in reality most of what we see publicly points to the opposite direction. The truth doesn't match the story he is telling, and that gap between what he says and what actually is happening is exactly why he comes across so deluded. Just imagine how deeply Jasleen has him under her spell. He doesn't see a single thing that's really going on, no matter what kind of outrageous stuff she says or does. He's right there defending her, coming up with excuses just to protect her name. That's literally the definition of a simp. He's the living, breathing example of how not to act when your partner is mocking you in front of everyone. And you're a public figure, that will impact your career. It's almost unbelievable that he keeps putting with all of this, especially when there's so many contradictions to their stories and the image they're trying to project to the audience. Like, he's so proud of saying that him and his wife were both virgins when they met.
My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. I remember I was just like, what? But she was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sure. Did you lie, or did you come right out and say like, oh, me too, or was it what did that conversation go like?
I don't remember how it came. I think she said
You blacked out?
She said it, and then I was like,
When she said I'm a virgin, you went, your heart exploded.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he got happy. He said nothing compared to.
Exactly, dude. I was
A stallion compared to anybody else.
I was
that's great.
so happy.
Yeah, that for
so
sure.
relieved.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it felt right. It was like, oh, God brought me this person that like we already connected, and like she also isn't having sex. Now, she said I'm ready, and she was 22, and I felt ready. When I always said when I hit 30, I'm not waiting anymore till I get married.
The interesting part in that clip is when they ask him if he actually believes her, and he straight up admits that she kind of gives off the vibe of a girl who's been around. Like maybe that's what he meant when he said if you've seen her, it's hard to believe.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses. I was shopping at Rainbow. I was eating buffalo chicken wraps every day. I was straightening my hair with my French tips. Like, you could not tell me nothing. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. So it's like,
I'm mostly speechless after this. Some people are really out here trying to defend what she said, claiming that it was just slang or whatever and that we're all just taking it the wrong way. And look, maybe I can stretch my brain enough to accept that destroying her kitty could mean something else, maybe like an inside joke or whatever. But how do you even justify her that admitting she had multiple guys that was basically rotating her? Even if this clip was confusing or taken out of context. The next one, man, there's no way around it and no hidden meaning. It's crystal clear what she's saying.
Wait, okay, I have two butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder. This was before Bumble or Hinge. Like, this was like in the OG days of the app. And I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
Oh my God.
And I remembered that I would like try to finger me in my asshole. I'm like, first of all, we were not on those like terms. But anyways, so that was non-consensual actually.
He honestly needs to shut down his wife's TikTok career before he actually shut down his own career. But after this clip went viral, Jasleen's DMs got flooded, and obviously she had to make a TikTok about that, because why not? The damage has already been done, let's do some more damage.
Who the fuck are you to talk about when I lost my fucking virginity? I will talk about it because it's my fucking sexuality and it's my fucking story. So sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. And also, do you think Akaash never touched a fucking woman before he met me? Like, we both hooked up with people. We both were in relationships.
Wait, hold on. She really said that?
Also, do you think Akaash never touched a fucking woman before he met me? Like, we both hooked up with people. We both were in relationships.
This is where I get confused. Because Akaash himself has always been so proud of saying both of them were pure and innocent until they met each other. That's been his whole narrative, right? So when she just throws that out there, it just makes you wonder who is actually lying. Why would Akaash lie about being a virgin? It'd be more likely that he actually lies about not being a virgin. Because why would any man lie about being a virgin? There's more benefits to a woman lying about being a virgin rather than a man. When you're a man and you say that you're a virgin, you're just basically made fun of. This is really weird and confusing. But since we don't have any solid proof, let's just move on. Another huge part of this is the accusations about Jasleen being a gold digger. The mess really kicks when you start to scroll through her TikTok. There she's dropping advice to other women, and some of it just rubs people the wrong way.
If you're married, you should be listed on all the accounts. And if your husband has, a business or a corporation, you should be listed on the business. Like, no, I'm saying it's like for protecting yourself. Don't look at me. Don't even look at me.
I'm looking.
No, look away.
What is this advice for? For whom is this?
To protect women.
Now, I do believe family finances are really their own business. If the guy has got some money and wants to spend it on his wife, so be it, that's fine, as long as she truly loves him. But if she's only there for the cash, then honestly it would be way better for Akaash just to hire a prostitute. As for whether Jasleen actually loves him, I can't say for sure. But when I saw their proposal video, something felt off. Normally you see the woman crying, hugging, kissing her man, overwhelmed by the moment. With her it was different. She looked hypnotized by the size of the diamond ring. Instead of her listening to the words of her fiancé, you could almost imagine her brain calculating how much that rock was worth, and that right there felt like a huge red flag.
Jasleen sing. Will you be Jasleen sing forever again?
Yes! Oh my god!
Take that rinky thing off. That rinky dink.
Did you guys know this? Yes! Oh my god! How big is this?
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so